Yes, we are live, ma'am.
Yes, so good evening, friends. Come back again with Better Kitchen and Maharashtra Directorate of Tourism, Government of Maharashtra. So, good evening once again. Welcome to the third session of Maharashtrian Cuisines, organized jointly by Better Kitchen Magazine and Directorate of Tourism, Government of Maharashtra. So, Indian food is incomplete without sweets. Sweets are an integral part of our food across India. Today's topic of discussion is Maharashtrian sweets and festive delicacies. We can say in Marathi, Goad Dhoad by Chef Nilesh Limaye. Let me introduce to Chef Nilesh Limaye. Chef Nilesh is not only a chef but also hosts TV shows, writes articles, and is a kitchen consultant. Popularly known as Sindbad. You can have a look of chef, so you can connect chef's look with our Sindbad. The chef Nilesh has been a game changer, being among the first one to adorn the chef torque and walking into the restaurant way back in 1995. He always created space for new talent and yet kept on learning. He actively participates and organizes several community welfare programs. So please welcome Chef Nilesh Limaye in this session. Chef Nilesh, we welcome you in our session and looking forward for more interesting stories about sweets. And I think आज सब लोगों को सब टेम्प्ट होने वाले हैं स्वीट्स की बात सुन सुन के.
I hope so. Yes.
So
Thank you so much for such a big introduction. कभी कभी डर लगता है ये सब सुन के और जो रात डे ये मेरा मानना रहता है जो हुआ है वो हुआ नहीं आज this is the present and I am very happy to be part of this episodes that you have taken over. Thank you to Better Kitchen team and to you, of course, to MTDC because they have been such a big ambassador for Maharashtra, tourism ambassador for Maharashtra, and like for me also, I've been visiting MTDC resorts from childhood. The first
अच्छा.
resort I remember was in Ganpatipur. Way back, I think in 80s, we went to Ganpatipur. It was a very new resort that they have started. Now Ganpatipur is like a different world, but that time it
Beautiful,
was
very
such
beautiful.
a beautiful, serene, real Konkan you could enjoy in Ganpatipur. So very fond memories with MTDC as such. So thank you
Yes.
to MTDC
So
team for inviting me.
so let's start. Chef, we can start.
Yes, yes, we can. गोड
Okay.
धोड आपल्या या गोडाधोडाच्या गप्पांमध्ये सगळ्यांचं स्वागत. आय विल से लाईक दॅट.
Yes, yes, yes. So you can speak in Hindi, in Marathi, so people will connect you more with
आय रिलेट.
this thing. Yes, yes, yes. Chef, sweets and desserts are an important part of festivals and special occasion. So I'll put some small light on this. That Maharashtra is a diversified state, as all we know, in terms of the food culture. So we can have the same thing like sweet dish having a different taste in couple of hundred of kilometers. थोड़ा थोड़ा kilometers पे अलग अलग taste हमको मिलता है sweets का. Throw some lights on the Maharashtrian sweets first.
Right. What I would like to do is I would like to go month wise, and let's take the Hindu month calendar. It starts from Chaitra. So Chaitra is the first new year. We celebrate Gudi Padwa in the month of Chaitra. Usually it is in April. So I don't want to relate it with any of the. I will try to relate with English month, but there is always that plus minus of 1 month of addition or behind or in the next month. So Chaitra is the first month. Gudi Padwa we all celebrate, and Gudi Padwa is not complete about Shrikhanda Puri and Batata Bhaji. That is has been like a very traditional sweet. Shrikhanda is very synonymous with Maharashtrian food. It goes back like there's a lot of history behind it, and we'll talk about that later. But in Chaitra, which is nice April month, we have Shrikhand Puri Sabet. Then in Chaitra Vaishak, there Vaishak we usually have, there's month of May, so mangoes are in full season, and there is a Akshay Tritiya, which is one of the very important muhurats, which is considered very
Auspicious
important muhurat.
day.
that day, yeah, on that day, mostly people will have amras in their house. So amras and puri is the very common feature most of the day. Amras also has to be with Alfonso. Please, there is no two ways for Maharashtrians. If we tell him that Raivard and Pairi and all that, they don't
This is
exist in
very
Maharashtra.
popular and people love to eat that
Hapus.
amras puri on that day.
Hapus.
Hapus with hapus,
Yes.
yes, very well.
Yeah. I mean, the most the fun part is that you actually squeeze out those mangoes, really plum ripe mangoes, and then you have to, it has those kind of गुठळ्या मी म्हणतो त्याला, तो वो गुठली का आमरस में होना जरूरी है. वो जो मिक्सर वाला आमरस रहता है, that doesn't have that excitement. So you should get those little bit of those nice amras ka, those beautiful parts of mango, mango flesh on your palate, along with puri and a good mango pickle. That's a very common feature. Then when we go to Jeshtha in June, it's a little slack period. But from Ashad, there's Ashadi Ekadashi, which is, we just celebrated in July, Ashadi Ekadashi, which is basically, there is this palki that goes to Vitthal, Pandharpur, and it's a very important festival for us. And during that time, mostly people follow upvas, that's vrat. And so they make, this ratada, means sweet potato ka kheer they make. So
Sweet
that is
potato,
a
yes.
very, yeah, sweet potato ka kheer. Sweet potato otherwise is a very neglected root vegetable in our cuisine, but because of the vrat, and it is allowed to be eaten during those days, during the vrat or the upvas. So ratayachi
That is
kheer
the
is
upvas
a
food
very
totally ना वो नामाती उपवास का
हाँ.
खाना शुरू.
तो उपवास का बाकी भी बहुत वैरायटी है. हम लोग बोलते हैं कि जिस दिन उपवास रहता है, एकादशी वगैरह के दिन पे उपवास रहता है, तो जिस दिन उपवास रहता है हम लोग ज्यादा खाते हैं उस दिन. एक्चुअली वी आर सपोज्ड टू व्रत, बट वो एकादशी दुप्पट आशी मतलब डबल खाते हैं हम लोग, because there are so much varieties that is available, but we'll stick
Varieties,
to the
yes,
sweet
yes, yes.
part. Yeah, so we'll stick to the sweetness of it. Ratayacha kheer is a very, ratayachi kheer means sweet potato ka kheer is a very common feature which is served during Ashad. We celebrate Ashadi Ekadashi. Then we go to Shravan. Now Shravan is like a big season, right? It will start from August 8th. So 7th is a Gatari Amavasya, and 8th we start the Shravan Soma. You know about, everybody knows
Travel.
about Gatari very well. But that is the time when we actually, it is supposed to be like, we lighten diyas on that evening. So we have made it very, abuse that gatari ka thing by eating non-veg and all. Actually, it's a very auspicious day and we light diyas. So along with that, they make ghaulyachi kheer, which is, it's a very interesting thing that ghaule, not many people know nowadays. Okay, the young generation don't know, but I have seen my grandmother and all making these ghaules, and I'll give you a little bit of connection with that. Why it is like a rice shape. It is made with semolina. It has a very simple, just like a pasta dough. It doesn't have anything, just ghee and rava, and it is made into a dough, and that is to be done between these two fingers, and just twisted it, and it gets a rice shape. Okay,
It's
and
a
it
right shape
is
of,
just
yeah.
like rice shape का pasta type ही है वो. Why I'm saying pasta is because when during my visits to Italy, when I saw that rice pasta and saw the ladies making it, it struck me that shit, this is what even we used to, means, we also have been making this kind of a shape pasta. Only we make a sweet out of it. We make a nice kheer out of that because of its thickness, and and when you put it into the milk and boil it with little sugar or jaggery, the sweetness is unbelievable, and the taste, that subtleness, the al dante cooked of that ghauli just is amazing. And in a festive thali, the ghaulyachi kheer has to be there, and everybody has to start. I mean, it's like a rule that you have to start with the ghaulyachi kheer. Means you have to first take the bite of that ghaulyachi kheer and then go on to rest of the food. So that is how that is how it has
Right.
the importance of the kheer during the Shravan month. And Shravan we also have Narali Purnima, and we also have Nag Panchami, and like Raksha Bandhan. But Raksha Bandhan is not like a very typical Maharashtrian festival, but Narali Purnima and Nag Panchami is very important. During Nag
Important.
Panchami, people, yeah, very important. So Nag Panchami ke din pe they make this Puran. We make Puran. Now I'll come to Puran Poli little later, but Puran is a very synonymous sweet that people make. Every household has to make, and they have to make it correctly. There are no two ways about it. You cannot go wrong. You cannot falter. It is very sophisticated because the chana dal, the good, it has to all come together. Then it has to be, it cannot be dry. It cannot be too moist because then it all spoils. So you have to make the right puran, and then that puran and coconut milk or regular milk is served to the snake deity, and people have that puran in their thali. And in Narari Purnima, one
It's
very
like
good
a
food what we,
Naivedya thing, means it has to
it
be
is
there in
Nevedya.
that
Yes, yes,
Naivedya.
it is. It is purely Nevedya and it has to be there. So Ghaulyachi Kheer and Puran is synonymous with any festival. Okay, like as a child, I remember we used to have that regularly during our Satyanarayan Ki Puja or even during my thread ceremony or whatever we had. So this had to be the feature, in our menu. Then Narari Purnima is also very, because Narari Purnima is for the coastal, for the Konkan people mostly because of the coconut, and that's the time when they go the ships go back to the sea. So Narari Purnima we make Sakhar Bhat, okay, or we call it as Narari Bhat. So it's a basmati rice, long grain rice, and we add fresh coconut, little bit of sugar syrup, saffron. Then we also jarda, we call that, in pan that we put jarda. So we have to add a little bit of jarda to it, nice cardamom and dalchini, and this beautiful fragrant yellow colored sakhar bhat, narari bhat is mind blowing. This similar narari bhat I have tasted in Thailand because they make it with mango. Okay, so they serve
Acha.
mango and they serve this coconut rice. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you that little bit of connections. You know how in olden days somewhere that connection was there. That this kind of rice that we make very similar. Maybe some of the ingredients might be different. They may not be using the same spices, but the concept of that coconut rice and mango is so synonymous with our Konkan region. So, because of the coastal and maybe some connection was there in olden days, already they also have so many Hindu temples, so there may be some connection. So, Narari Purnima is very important. After Shravan, one of the very important part is the, we come to this one, Shravan Bhadrapad, which is our Ganesh Festival. So Ganpati means khalas, everybody has to have modak. But the best part is, the ukdi se modak is made in Konkan, and the fried modak in Vidarbha and Khandesh, they don't make ukdi se modak. They make
Modak.
from jwari ka, yeah, they either make it from jwari or they make it from wheat, and they make fried modak. They don't make steamed. Ukdi se modak means steamed modak, and this is fried modak. The only speciality of ukdi se modak is because it is one of the most sophisticated dish. It requires skill. Though one may just वो potli type बनाने का है, but if you have to try and make it, you will never get it because it is not even like a dim sum. People kind of mistake it for momos or dim sum, but it is
Dim
so
sum.
because the rice flour has to be properly made. The rice flour has to be the correct consistency while cooking it. The water, oil, and the way you make those, it has to be made quickly. I'll just tell you a little bit of fun. What happened was I had a small kind of a project happening in Uti, and because in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu, coconut rice flour was easily available. So some of them had heard about this ukdi se modak and they wanted to eat ukdi se modak. And I said, हाँ rice flour मिल जाएगा तो अपन बना देंगे.
खा
But
सकते
the
हैं.
rice flour was so different from South India that those modaks just didn't come out properly. So, that was a learning that
The
why it
binding
is like this.
consistency and proper dough should be there while
Complete.
making them.
ये जो राइस फ्लावर हम लोग जो बनाते हैं, that has to be made with ambe mohar or even basmati is fine with it. But the trick is that you have to first wash it and soak it, then dry it. So overnight it has to be dried, and then once it is sun dried or once it is completely dry, only then you have to powder it, and then that flour when you cook with water, we call it as ukkad. Now this ukkad also has a lot of similarity with the shoe paste. If you have in the continental desert we make eclairs, which are shoe paste pastries. So this ukkad is made with rice flour. And it is exactly the way it leaves the sides when it's cooked. So you take water, you boil the water, you put rice flour, it and it leaves the side just as in when we try to make the shoe paste. So I'm trying to make it a little more interesting for people to understand that that kind of sophistication is required for making this ukad.
Required.
And then when it is hot, one has to start. One when it is hot, one has to start really kneading that flour, the dough, and then you have to roll it quickly, thinly, and put the stuffing. Now the stuffing also has to be with jaggery, coconut, fresh coconut, jaggery, little bit of nutmeg and elaichi, some saffron strands in it. And then when you steam it, why will Ganpati? What everybody likes that, and everybody is waiting for that Nevedya to happen because everybody knows that they are going to bounce on it as soon as the Nevedya
Bounce
is
on.
shown. So modaks are the most important part in
Then chef,
Maharashtrian food, and it's not easy.
like you said, ki we can make ukad, how you told. And what is the
Yeah.
difference that if we are making ukad and what the rice flour is available in the market? They make difference? Is there any
No,
difference in
that
that?
modak pithi we call it. Means modak ka rice flour is available in Mumbai, Pune, in Maharashtra mostly it is available, but not everybody knows how to make. So the best part is that you take your regular short grain rice, अपन जो घर पे खाना खाते हैं वो राइस को पहले सुबह जैसे भिगा के थोड़ा सा रखना एंड देन उसको एक चद्दर पे अपने किचन प्लेटफॉर्म पे या घर पे जहाँ पे ड्राई एरिया है या फिर सनलाइट है उधर
Sunlight.
उसको फैला के छोड़ देना है सो इट गेट्स ड्राइड एंड देन नेक्स्ट डे यू हैव टू पाउडर इट इन द मिक्सर एंड देन दैट पाउडर यू हैव टू टेक इक्वल क्वांटिटीज ऑफ वाटर to the flour. So the water is one glass. Your rice
Glass.
flour also has to be one glass. Then in that water you have
Okay,
to put little
same
bit of oil.
ratio.
Same ratio. It has to be. It is slightly less. So it's a little bit of practice. So you don't put all the flour immediately. Keep pouring little bit. Once the water absorbs the flour, then you know that now it is. You don't have to add. But more or less the ratio is similar. It will be like
Same.
10% less than the water because as you cook it, the water starts evaporating and the rice flour is correct. Means you don't have to add too much of rice flour. It has to be slightly lesser than the quantity of water. The water while boiling you have to add a teaspoon of salt and oil or a ghee. 1 teaspoon of oil or ghee. Only then it will have a nice softness to the dough. Otherwise the dough will not be soft. So that is the trick of making this ukad. Even if you don't get it market, this is the way you can do it. Use any short grain rice. If you have basmati, you can use basmati also. Basmati gives a very nice aroma. Short grain rice like ambe more also can give a very nice flavor. So
Okay.
in Bhadrapad we have this. We have this Ganpati, and on the Anant Chaturdashi means usually Brahmins we celebrate Ganpati at home 1.5 days. Like most of the people they must be aware. Then it is 5 days. So 5 days is का गौरी का पूजा रहता है where Ganpati's mother means Gauri comes, and then there is a arrangement of sweet dishes for Gauri. And on the 10th day, so basically sweet dishes varies. Like one day it is ukdi se modak, the next day it is fried modak, then it is
Right,
that
mother.
mithai ka modak, kaju ka modak. So basically modak in different forms.
Varieties
Nowadays
of
you get
modak. Yes,
modaks. Yeah,
varieties
mostly
of
that is
modak.
the that is the feature. Then after Gauri, the Anant Chaturdashi ke din, we make bhoya se gharge, means red pumpkin ka puris we make. It is sweeter in taste because we add little jaggery to it, and that is like a send off gift to Ganpati when we go to immerse him. So we send some gharges along with that. So everybody basically eats gharge, and these are red pumpkin ka puris basically, thick puris and little bit of रेड पम्पकिन मैश करके उसमें डालना है थोड़ा सा सॉल्ट एंड लिटिल बिट ऑफ जैगरी ग्रेटेड करके एंड द फ्लेवर इज अमेजिंग व्हेन यू फ्राई इट बिकॉज इट हैज द स्वीटनेस ऑफ रेड पम्पकिन एंड द जैगरी even if you just have it with lemon pickle it is more than sufficient. It's a full meal by itself and you can just
Full meal.
enjoy that relish. The entire combination is superb. And this combination is like amazing. Even if you want to in the afternoon, what you want to if you want to eat something different, it is so healthy. I mean, we'll come to that part because there's so much to talk. And I want to just quickly go run through all the festivals. Otherwise, we will not have time. I know that.
Yeah.
And I, as you can see, I get engrossed while talking. So this is a very
No,
favorite
I can
topic
see
for me.
that you are so excited to tell us about the special dishes or special sweets we can make on
Correct.
different
That's
festivals
the
in
only way I can
Maharashtra according to
aware.
the months.
Yeah, so that is how I can create awareness. So from Bhadrapad, then we come to Ashwin, which is the basically in between Bhadrapad and after Ganpati, immediately there is this Pitru Pandravda. So all the Shraddh in Maharashtrian people, there is a Shraddh. So no sweet dishes or anything is prepared, but sometimes they make the kheer for the Pitra, means for the
Yeah,
ancestors.
simple
Uh,
rice kheer.
Rice or rava kheer we make, or ravaise laddu we make, so that is very synonymous. Then after Pitru Pakshala, then we have this Ashwin month, which is about Navratri. Now Navratri also, it is a very important festival, and for like Devi, mostly it is Puran. Okay, so Puran is served in different forms. Sometimes Puran Poli, different of flat Puran Poli, or Khapre it is called, or in different parts of Maharashtra it is called with some different names. Mostly that is the Nevedya for, or Shira or something like this it is served. Dasera again is a very important. So Dasera के लिए people wait for the sweet dish में mostly people will make either gulab jamun or jilbi matha. Jilbi like jalebis, but our jilbi is slightly and softer. It is not karari jalebi like you get in
क्रिस्पी
north.
नहीं होता
Our
है.
jalebi, हाँ उसमें क्रिस्पी नहीं होता है, सॉफ्टनेस रहता है, एंड दैट जलेबी विद मठा मीन्स द छाछ का जो है वो
छाछ.
कॉम्बिनेशन, दो वो कॉम्बिनेशन people like to have, and it is it's a winner combination because you have to dip that soft jalebi in matha and have, so it somehow it brings in all flavors, the sweetness, the sourness, the saltiness, uh, the छाछ का जो मट्ठे का जो एक स्पाइसीनेस
बट
रिलीज
इट्स अ
रहता है उसमें.
डिफरेंट टेस्ट नो शेफ, क्योंकि वो स्वीट जा रहा है वो मठे के अंदर, जिसमें
हाँ तो
मसालाज आर
वो
एडेड.
स्पेशल, या उसमें धनिया और थोड़ा सा मिर्ची भी रहता है, लेकिन ये स्वीटनेस ऑफ जलेबी डिप्ड इन मट्ठा इज अ killer combination. So people like that, and people have that in and there used to be like in as a kid I remember, we used to sit in pangat during weddings and all. This used to be like one of the panchapakwan, and there used to be competitions between the sasurjis and all the relatives, see who will eat the maximum jalebis. So people would
Oh,
eat 40 jalebis, 50 jalebis, and there is in Pangat, everybody sits in one line on tables, and there are 4 or 5 rows like that. So by the time last person is served, the first people have already been served, and they all wait and they start eating. So again they go in the reverse direction,
yeah.
and that is called as agrata. That is called agrata jevan. Matlab, if they have already been served 5 jalebis, these people, the sasurji or the bride and the
So
groom
it's
will
a
come,
reverse
and they will
reverse thing.
reverse process, yeah, and they will add more jalebis onto the plate, and they eat, means you cannot dispose of, so you have to finish. So by the time they reach, either you finish off your lunch and move out, otherwise you end up eating more. So that is how the competition and fun used to be there during weddings and such kind of festivals. So after Dasera, then we come to Margashish, then we come to Kaushik, which is like Diwali, and Diwali again it's a festive occasion. So Diwali में उसके पहले मतलब after Dasera there is one very nice festival which we celebrate is Kojagiri, and Kojagiri is basically October heat. If you know, October heat is like very hot here. So there's a tradition to make masala milk. We call it as masala doodh, and that is to be boiled under the moonlight. Okay, so in the
अच्छा.
lawn or in the angan or in the courtyard, then you create this small burner and you heat the milk and you start cooking the milk. Add all the masalas to it, the elaichi, the dry fruits, and that concept of having that milk at night with the whole family, friends together under the full moon. Okay, so the significance is that because of the October heat and too much of warmth around, so the coolness of moon will bring little, it will balance out the heat which everybody
Heat
has
and
been
cook.
suffering. And yeah, so Kojagiri has that kind of very important, and it is not well. It is a typical Maharashtrian festival, Kojagiri, and people have this. They have this kind of sessions every day. अभी तो कोविड कुछ हुआ नहीं last year, but hopefully this year ये सब
Yes,
session
yes.
होगा. Okay, so it is fun part. People contribute and they all come together and they boil milk and they have this Kojagiri ke din. Then there is, before Diwali there is Vasubaras, where we do the puja for the calf. जो काऊ का जो काफ रहता है,
काऊ का
तो
काऊ.
हाँ, काऊ की बेसिकली पूजा की जाती है. एवरीबडी नोज इन इंडिया काऊ इज सो सैक्रेड. तो दैट डे काऊ इज बीन ट्रीटेड लाइक अ एंड पूरी, मतलब पूर्णा सा घास उसको देते हैं बिकॉज उसका खास दिन है. एंड देन एवरीबडी, सो दैट वसुबारस के दिन भी पूरण इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. After that, we come to Diwali, Karka Chaturdashi, Dhanatrayodashi. In that, then everybody in the morning they eat faral. Now, Diwali faral is a complete auspicious occasion. After in the morning, the wife usually bathes the husband, puts on the chandan, utna, and तेल वगैरह सब लगा के सुबह फिर वो warm water से नहाते हैं. And then everybody sits together and the farar has been made. So from Kojagiri ke baad, everybody in the house starts making this farar. So in the houses earlier days, even today also, you go to villages and all, you will get all these aromas coming out of the houses of Shankar Pare. I don't know if you have
Yes,
eaten Shankar Pare before, but
I
that
had. I
fresh aroma जो fry होता है ना, चकली, शंकर पाड़े, चिवड़ा, अनार से, it is mind blowing. Anar se also I feel is a different kind of it is like a
Yes,
cookie,
yes.
and it is mind blowing cookie. It is just out of the world because I don't think anybody can get that kind of
या
crispiness.
वो स्मेल इतनी टेम्पटिंग होती है कि जिसके घर में बन रहा है वहीं जाके
Totally,
खाने का
totally,
मन करता है.
totally. The anarsa is a delicacy, and a normal person cannot make it. I can tell you that. Plus उसका जो fermentation है, just like how sourdough is, इसका भी वही एक fermentation process है. Then the addition of jaggery, the batter has to be correct, and then we tried baking it. Somehow we didn't get that correct texture if you bake it. But frying के बाद वो जो crispiness रहता है, some people don't like, some people make it soft. In Vidarbha and all they make it soft, but in Konkan and all they make it crisp. In Pune and this area they make it crisp. So the crisp anarse is it is something one has to learn as a chef if they want to really be different in their repertoire. It is a winner, मतलब competition में भी win हो सकता है if you can really give a little modern touch to that.
Yes.
You can win the competition. Then अनारसे का है, फिर हम लोग एक वो करंजी बनाते हैं. करंजी इज ऑल्सो मेड ऑफ इधर ओला, मतलब नारळी पूर्णिमा के दिन दे मेक इट विद फ्रेश कोकोनट, एंड इन दिवाली वी मेक इट विद ड्राई कोकोनट. So dry coconut and sugar or jaggery, and again karanji also, if you make it initially तो वो crisp रहता है, but after one day if it becomes soft or soggy, then you haven't cut the karanji ka dough correctly. So the even if you pack
पर
it in a
करंजी
container,
इज वेरी ट्रिकी थिंग शेफ, क्योंकि उसका डो प्रॉपर
yeah,
होना
it is
चाहिए, देन फ्राइंग प्रॉपर होना चाहिए, एंड वॉट एवर द
exactly.
इंग्रेडिएंट्स वी आर मिक्सिंग दैट शुड बी प्रॉपर. सो करंजी इज अ
वही
वेरी ट्रिकी थिंग एंड प्लस टाइम कंज्यूमिंग.
वही मैं कह रहा हूँ कि एज अ शेफ these are such a sophisticated ingredient dishes that nobody teaches us in the college. Unfortunately, all
करेक्ट.
are after. There is nothing wrong in learning pasta or that, but we haven't understood our repertoire yet. And this is if we can really master this, I think we can go a long way. At least from
वेरी
the
ट्रू.
younger generation, there are people who make this, but that quality of processed or factory produced compared to what you make it at home, that will always be different. So karanji एक बहुत important part है, and Diwali is celebrated in the morning with all these mithais, come bring gifts, and the celebration is there. Then after Kaushik, after Diwali, then we are in Margashirsha, which is December. So December में सब शांत बैठे रहते हैं इतना 3-4 के बाद. Nobody has the stamina now to celebrate, and already they are celebrating Christmas, and it's a different world in December across the world. Even in India, as a hotelier, I know December का एक अलग ही excitement है. मतलब दिवाली की एक
यस
excitement है,
यस.
लेकिन एज अ हॉटेलियर क्रिसमस और दिसंबर का एक बहुत ही अलग चार्म रहता है होटल्स में, लाइक चॉकलेट केक्स एंड द so much varieties, and there are so many Maharashtrian Christians who also celebrate Christmas. So they have this kind of they also make the similar what you do, but also add cake, and they add these cubes and everything in their celebrative festivities. So Christmas हो जाता है मार्गशीर्ष के बाद. Then in January is Paush, where we celebrate Sankrant. मुझे देखना पड़ रहा है क्योंकि मराठी कैलेंडर के इतने सब
फेस्टिवल्स
प्रचलित नहीं
एंड
है हम।
इतने सारे डिशेस
और
है
मैं
ना
बोल
शेफ,
रहा
मैं
हूँ तो
भी।
याद रहने के लिए मैं जरा रेफर कर रहा हूँ कि आप मार्गशीर्ष का
नहीं
पौष ही है,
शेफ,
हाँ
यू कैन
पौष।
यू कैन बी कंफर्टेबल। एंड आई थिंक हमारे ऑडियंस भी आपके साथ एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, जिनको नहीं पता था कि कौन से
चलो नाइस।
फेस्टिवल पे क्या होता है। तो वो भी, उन
राइट
लोगों को
राइट।
भी पता चला कि जैसे वो घावन बनाते हैं, जिससे हम
हाँ।
फ्लावर से वो राइस शेप का खीर बनाते, तो बहुत सारी
करेक्ट।
चीजें हमको आज नहीं पता चली है
चलो
आपसे। तो आई थिंक पीपल मस्ट बी
बहुत
एंजॉइंग
बहुत।
विथ यू, तो यू बी
चलो डेफिनेट।
कंफर्टेबल।
So in January, it's the month of Sankrant. Everybody knows Sankrant. There's a nice, chilled weather in January. So people eat tilgul and gulachi puri. Now in Maharashtra, another next level dish is gul puri. Okay, it is a flat bread. The gul puri ka jo filling hai, it is not like puran puri. So it has got melted jaggery. It has got chana dal, little bit of peanut flour, peanut का crushed peanut and till. Okay, और थोड़ा सा बेसन, चना दाल बेसिकली ग्राइंड करके ये जैगरी के साथ मिक्स करते हैं एंड देन दिस इज स्टफ्ड बिटवीन द टू लेयर्स ऑफ आटा. This gold pori, I think, if I can cook it in a pizza oven, people will be zapped कि ये क्या, मतलब वो है ना
क्या बना
स्वीट
है?
पिज्जा के लिए, स्वीट पिज्जा के लिए बेस. अभी हम लोग तो तवे पे कर रहे हैं बिकॉज किसी के पास ऐसा था नहीं. पर बिकॉज वी हैव द एक्सेस टू ऑल दिस पिज्जा ओवन्स एंड वी हैव अंडरस्टूड एंड ऑल. So personally, I feel if I make that, that melting jaggery, it is like a molten lava. जो केक खाते लोग, तो molten lava जैसा वो जल्दी ooze out होते रहता है वो गोल पोली से, और ठंडा होने के बाद it becomes so crisp. And it's like a nice wafer
चॉकलेट
thin
है।
biscuit without chocolate. The flavor is amazing. And look at the nutritious
But the
part of it.
ingredients are
Everything.
very healthy, chef, for the winters because it has goad, it has till, it has
Yeah,
peanuts. So this is a very healthy ingredients which you
absolutely.
have put.
Absolutely. So you can understand that there is so much of science behind this food, regional food. Even gajak in Madhya Pradesh, गजक भी वो एक चीज है कि जो नहीं मिलती है, मतलब वो एक अलग ही संक्रांत के टाइम पे मिलती है वो भी. एंड वन कैन गेट फ्लिप्ड ओवर दैट उसका जो
Yes, that
टेक्सचर है,
also comes
इट इज
in
नॉट इजी टू
variety.
मेक.
The
इट
sugary
इट
and
इज
good
नॉट इजी टू
wala.
मेक.
No, no,
It
no,
is
no, no.
not
It's
easy.
very difficult. No, no, it's not
सब
easy
बोल
to make.
इट इज somebody has to मतलब है ना, हम लोग ताज में सब कर चुके हैं, ताज में शेफ थे. पर अगर ये बोलने जाएंगे कि यार गजक बना के दिखाओ, तो वो मतलब उसके लिए वो कारागिरी चाहिए. एंड यू नीड टू लर्न दैट आर्ट. एंड देयर सो it is that we have not glamorized it. We haven't glamorized our sweets or that art that we know. I'll come to that part with a very interesting anecdote I will share with you later. But coming to after Sankrant, then Gulpuri is the speciality. After that we come to March, which is Feb, is Mahashivratri. So Mahashivratri के दिन तो सब जगह पे शंकर जी की पूजा होती है. तो
Puja.
वो भी हमारा में बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट फेस्टिव है पूरन. तो महाशिवरात्रि के दिन मोस्टली ज़्यादा करके दही और इसका ही, मतलब श्रीखंड वगैरह ऐसे ही खाते हैं. पर मटन वटन का भी सब कई जगह पे उसका नैवेद्य रहता है महाशिवरात्रि के दिन. एंड नेक्स्ट इज द लास्ट मंथ इज फाल्गुन, विच इज द होली. So
Holi.
Holi, so Holi again is the important season for the Maharashtrians, mostly from the Konkan region, and they make Purnachi Poli again. That is the khasiyat of Maharashtra, and that's the main Holi Re Holi Purnachi Poli. All the children go around, and the coconut that they lit, that is
Yes.
roasted in that fire, that also has so in short, I tried to give you the entire year the festivities. Now Shravan is coming here, so it's all a season that is going to start. The festive season is going to start in Maharashtra.
Yes, yes. So audiences and friends, आपने आज ट्रैवल किया हम लोगों ने फ्रॉम गुड़ी पड़वा टू महाशिवरात्रि टू होली, एंड वी हैव लर्न लॉट ऑफ स्वीट्स की कौन से फेस्टिवल पे कौन सी स्वीट्स महाराष्ट्रियन पीपल बनाते हैं इन डिफरेंट रीजन एंड डिफरेंट ओरिजिन ऑल्सो. सो शेफ ने तो इतना अच्छा बता दिया हम लोगों को. शेफ, क्विकली वी जंप इनटू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो
Yeah.
आप शेफ, हम लोगों ने अभी जाना कि इतने सारे जो फेस्टिवल्स थे, इसमें हमने डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्वीट्स बनाई है, अलग अलग
Yeah.
स्वीट्स अलग अलग फेस्टिवल पे. So it means that sweets are associated with festival to keep us healthy.
Yeah, I mean, Indian food as such, regional food always been associated with festivals. See, if you can, right now, when I was talking about the festivals and the seasons, you can be surprised that every season has, मतलब, थोड़ा सा मैं, I will take you to the previous, मतलब Maharashtra का, not per se as Maharashtra, but India as a whole, if you see, uh, all the regional food has got this base of seasonality, and what should be eaten during what season, उसका भी काफी people knew about what has to be eaten in what season. uh, with India, the synonymous ingredients were jawar, I think barley, then all these indigenous pulses, grains, which were which had, like, the where there was scarcity of rain, it grew there. Where there was enough rain, again, the rice and all that was grown. So somehow all across India, our food, regional food, Indian food जो है वो healthy ही है. Okay, it is, and healthy is a very abusive word right now कि healthy बोल के फिर ये नहीं खाने का, वो नहीं खाने का, वो actually इंडिया के
निशा,
लिए
जैसे आपने बताया कि जब हम आमरस पूरी खाते हैं, सो दैट इज अ मैंगो सीजन, तो
या
फेस्टिवल में वो नैवेद्य का भी काम करता है और दैट कीप अस हेल्दी बिकॉज वी हैव टू ईट वन सीजनल फ्रूट. सो हम उसी
यस
में अगर
करेक्ट
कनेक्ट करते हैं तो जैसे मैंगो के सीजन में आमरस पूरी खाया, और संक्रांत के टाइम पे हमने तिल खाया, गुड़ खाया. सो
बिल्कुल करेक्ट.
दैट द बॉडी शुड बी, हाँ, वी आर मेकिंग आवर बॉडी हेल्दी बाय ईटिंग सीजनल थिंग्स.
Absolutely, but we have forgot that somehow we are not following, and we are अभी है ना हापुस आम जो है ना, that you try to eat once the rains come, in June. Okay, in month of May, the hapus aam, this is my personal observation, where in mangoes, when we eat this hapus mangoes in month of May, right till the end of May, till June first week, where the rains have not yet come. Okay, you can enjoy because of the heat, because of the sun, you can still enjoy that आम, but as it rains, वो मैंगो आम, हापुस आम की क्वालिटी खत्म हो जाती है. मतलब you cannot eat that, you don't feel like eating that आम. But you get all the other kind of arms, Sodapuri and those
Yeah,
kesar and all
different
that. And then
variety comes after Alfonso. The different variety
after,
comes.
so you can see कि घी भी इतना ही important है हमारे culture में, उतना ही all these fiber rich ingredients are there. So we have to have that in our diet every day. Unnecessary वो और क्या है, people are going after basically एक मिलने का है अच्छा खाना, and people are not able to get this food everywhere. So there is no choice available. So people eat whatever is available. It's like, you don't have any option but to watch those soap operas. तो वो soap operas ही watch करना पड़ता है. तो अभी नया नया आ रहा है, तो अभी people are there, young chefs and all, after if we try to keep our flavors intact, and the soul of our food intact, then hopefully this will be the future in the coming near future. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
that plays a very
Okay.
important, seasonality plays a important. Barish mein you feel like, matlab, it is a known fact, but people don't follow it. It's a lifestyle choice. Personally, I feel it's a lifestyle. If you don't want to spend money on doctors later on or on medicines, then might as well have a change your lifestyle habit and follow these norms which are already there for our country. When you go abroad, obviously
And
it's different. But
and eat
here
seasonal
it is.
fruit, and eat fruits and food also, because we should eat whatever the seasonal fruits are coming or seasonal food according to the weather to keep our body in that way.
अपने अपने इंडियन फ्रूट में ना, अपने को वैरायटी में, वी इन महाराष्ट्र एटलीस्ट, आई यू, बेर वाज अ वेरी लोकल फ्रूट. देन आंवला, देन देर वाज समथिंग लाइक गरवंदा, वी कॉल इट. इट इज ग्रोन वाइल्डली इन द फोर्ट एरिया, जहाँ ये सब हिली एरियाज है, सह्याद्री रीजन है, वो ग्रो होते हैं. करवंदा बोलते हैं हम लोग उसको, which are, I think, it is not like blueberry, but it has the same nutrients of blueberry, and
Yes.
it gives you all the strength that is required. So what do you think all these people earlier, they could manage such building such massive forts and itni शक्ति कहाँ से आती थी, ओट्स थोड़े होते पे ना बॉर्नविटा था. तो
Yes, 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 yes.
obviously eating the real food and ये सब marketing gimmick नहीं था. That time people were eating bhakri, but bhakri has its own nutrient. Bhakri dahi, so you're getting the full nutrients that you for your body. ये सब था किधर, मतलब वो टाइम पे किधर ये
Very true.
प्रोटीन सब खा किधर, वो नेचुरली था.
Very true.
पर
Very
they
true.
have
These
made such massive temples, they have made such massive forts. कहाँ कहाँ, इफ यू ट्राई टू इमेजिन कि ये हिल पे इतना फोर्ट बनाया कैसा वो लोग ने. आप अगर रायगढ़ वगैरह जाएंगी तो हाउ डिड दे कैरी दोज स्टोन्स, इतने गर्डर्स, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ मैकेनिज्म है. इवन टेम्पल्स
very
इफ यू
true,
सी
sir.
आवर ओल्ड टेम्पल.
They are all on the mountains and they know that very well.
Correct, all across
Okay,
India.
chef.
It's
Next
not that only.
question. Yes.
No.
Okay. So, chef, tell me that why are Maharashtra sweets confined to a particular place and not widely available?
Yeah, so इसलिए तो I think we are only responsible somehow. Our one second.
Yeah.
I think we are only responsible very much as Maharashtrians, as chefs, as Maharashtrian clientele, because somehow we haven't really respected our own food. ये क्या घर का है तो ये थोड़ी बाहर जाके खाने का है. ये we as a
ये
kid
तो
also I
सबको
remember.
पता है, सबको पता है.
For what?
This are Maharashtrian
Sorry,
sweets like जिनको पता है, like तो हमको आता है वो घर में बनाना, तो क्या जरूरत है फिर बाहर देखने का ना. तो then
पर
people are
अभी
like
कोई
that.
नहीं बना सकता है वो. अभी अभी hardly people are not everybody knows how to make this, and it is time consuming. It is very difficult to make. It is people haven't learnt it from the older generation, and if they have passed away, because though documentation है, पर even after documentation I think even if you cannot get it at the first try, at the first try नहीं वो नहीं बन पाता. मोदक जैसी चीज है,
Very true.
पूरन पोली जैसी चीज है ना, नहीं बन पाता. मतलब पूरन पोली में भी अलग अलग बार गलती करने के बाद जाके अभी उसका वो गुड़ का कितना कंसिस्टेंसी होना चाहिए, कितना उसका दाल पकना चाहिए, बिकॉज द मेन्यू कीप इट इन द फ्रिज वो खराब हो जाता है. क्या है ना, अपना खाना बहुत फ्रेश रहता है. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आई थिंक आवर फूड हैज टू बी ईटन फ्रेश. ओके, वो फ्रिज
Fresh.
वाला कंसेप्ट नहीं है. अभी पूरन जैसी चीज है, उसमें जैगरी है, तो मिनी टू कीप इट इन द फ्रिज कि मैं बोलूंगा कि फ्रिज रखे फिर 2 दिन के बाद यूज करूंगा, तो वो पूरन पोली बनेगी नहीं बराबर, बिकॉज उसका पूरा टेक्सचर ही, उसका पानी छूट गया है,
Yes.
सॉफ्टनेस अलग हो गया है, हार्ड हो गया है, जैगरी
Taste भी change हो
थिकनेस,
जाता है,
एंड
chef.
और वो फिर कुक होने जाएगा तो उसका बाहर सब खुलेगा. तो ऐसे है ना, मतलब पॉसिबल ही नहीं है वो. तो ये सब के लिए यू नीड टाइम, यू नीड टू स्पेंड, यू नीड टू टेक इंटरेस्ट. अभी कॉलेज में भी आई विल टेल यू पीपल शेफ सिखाएंगे, लेकिन शेफ को भी मालूम होना चाहिए, उतना एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है. प्लस एवरीबडी इज आफ्टर मतलब एक जमाना था हम लोग का कि भाई होटल मैनेजमेंट करके शिप पे चले जाओ, वहां पे भले कुछ भी बनाओ, कॉलीफ्लावर मॉर्ने बनाओ, रोस्ट
सब चलेगा.
का ये बनाओ, लेकिन वो चलेगा. लेकिन इधर आके मैं अगर उनको किसी को पूछता हूँ कि भाई शक्करपाला बनाना है अपने को, तो ऐसे देखते हैं. तो लाइक व्हाट वी हैव टू टेक इट, द ओनस इज ऑन अस. एंड आई ऑल्सो नो दैट लॉट ऑफ टाइम पीपल डोंट वांट टू एक्सपेरिमेंट. ओके, अभी महाराष्ट्रियंस है या कोई भी है, मतलब कम टू the worst part when I see this is when you go to Ganpati, any of these tourist places, वहाँ पे चाइनीज मिलता है, वहाँ पे पास्ता मिलता है, वहाँ पे, अरे वो शहरों में मिलता है ना. यू कम फ्रॉम मुंबई, वहाँ पे तो अवेलेबल है, पूना में सब अवेलेबल है, लेकिन when you go to places
Traditional
like
dishes
गणपति
should
बोले,
be introduced to the tourists so they can also be,
एग्जैक्टली,
they
मतलब अभी
should
वो
also know that what should be. Yeah.
ताड़वा नेशनल पार्क में जाके अगर तुम वो ट्राइबल का खाना नहीं ट्राई करोगे, और फिर तुम हमको नूडल्स चाहिए, वो वहाँ पे कॉर्नफ्लेक्स रखने के वाला कॉर्नफ्लेक्स चाहिए सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट में, तो मतलब क्या मिला तुम लोग को? व्हाट हैव यू लर्न, व्हाट हैव यू सो यू हैव टू, इट इज लाइक व्हेन यू आर ट्रैवलिंग, यू हैव टू, आई पर्सनली फील वन हैज टू गो एंड एंजॉय दोस डेलिकेसीज. अभी ताड़ोबा जैसे,
So,
और इवन इफ यू गो टू खानदेश, उनका बैंगन का खानदेश में दैट कृष्णा नदी है, और उधर का ना बैंगन का एक अलग ही स्वाद है. नहीं, मैं बैंगन नहीं खाता हूँ, तो अभी ये बोलने के बाद फिर कुछ बचता ही नहीं है ना, तो मत खाओ भाई बैंगन
हाँ,
क्या बोलेंगे।
मत
द मिनट यू से मेलनजाने पार्मिजियाना या फिर दैट ओबरजीन कुछ तो बोल के अगर उसको नाम देंगे तो पीपल अच्छा हाँ ओबर मुसाका ओके अरे मुसाका लेकिन वो
वाओ।
ब्रिंजल वो हो जाता है। पर मैं बोलूंगा कि वो बैंगन का भरता है कृष्णा ग्रीन बैंगन इट हैज बीन नाइसली रोस्टेड। तो आई थिंक मे बी वी नीड टू गिव इट दोज नेम दैट पीपल लाइक। उसको बोल सकते हैं कि महाराष्ट्रियन मुताबेल। अभी एक हम लोग एक डिश बनाते हैं जैसे पूरन पोली है ओके। अभी पूरन पोली को है ना मेरे को रेस्टोरेंट में डालना था इन माय प्रोजेक्ट। तो अभी पूरन पोली सिर्फ डालेंगे तो पूरन पोली कौन खाएगा इधर आके। तो वो होता था ओके। सो आई टू गिव इट अ ट्विस्ट I said, yeah, this should be
ट्विस्ट।
our answer because everybody loves chocolate brownie with ice cream and chocolate sauce.
यस।
So I said, I have to give some answer to this chocolate brownie. Otherwise, so I made sizzling puran poli. Okay, now sizzling puran poli क्या था? Sizzler पे I used to serve puran poli. Now puran poli जब fresh रहना, after making it, it is usually कभी कोई घर पे हम लोग और थोड़ा घी डाल के उसको सेक के खाते हैं तो थोड़ा और crispy हो जाता है। Okay,
क्रिस्पी हो
so I
जाता
took that inspiration and Hotel Management Institute mein I had learned crepe Suzette, which was like one of the most massive dish from the French repertoire, crepe Suzette. So which is a crepe that is steeped in orange sauce, served with vanilla cream, and that was how crepe Suzette was popular. So taking inspiration from that, I said, "Yeah, Puran Poli ko I'll serve it on sizzler, and then serve it with scoop of vanilla ice cream." And we make orange sauce. Orange sauce तो हम लोग बना दे. We are very good in making all these sauces. So I serve it with orange sauce on top. Now the taste is mind blowing. Plus on the sizzler, that hot puran poli. So people like to eat. It's just that you have to give it to them in their own language. मैं ये बोलूँगा पुरन पोली है
है। इन
तो
देयर ओन
शायद
लैंग्वेज विद दैट ट्विस्ट, पूरन पोली विद दैट ट्विस्ट।
विद बोल सकते फ्यूजन बोलो अभी कुछ भी बोलो लेकिन अभी गिमिक करना पड़ता है कभी। इट इज लाइक अभी बिजनेस है तो करना पड़ेगा। घर पे माय फैमिली विल नॉट ईट दिस। ये नहीं चाहिए हम लोग को ऑथेंटिक पूरन पोली ही चाहिए। पर रेस्टोरेंट में जाके पीपल वांट टू ट्राई समथिंग न्यू, दे वांट टू ट्राई समथिंग डिफरेंट। सो दिस वाज आवर आंसर टू द दैट you know it was very popular. Brownie in between had become very popular and everybody in the restaurant had to have brownie. So I said, let's have this. So that is how we have to create awareness. We have to first of all, I think our chefs, at least the Maharashtrian food के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो मराठी chefs जो है they should first take on to learn at least 5 dishes, whatever it is. They should learn to learn these 5 dishes. अनार से हो गया, शक्करपारा हो गया, उसका जो बेस है you can really use it in a continental style dessert. Okay, अनार से का जो बैटर है वो और एनीथिंग पुरन जो है उसका हम लोग एक अच्छा जैसे फॉन्डॉन बनाते हैं, जैसे वो चीज केक का बैटर, चीज केक का फ्रॉस्टिंग बनाते हैं, जैसे लेमन कर्ड बनाते हैं. तो आई सी देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ सिमिलैरिटी प्लस सम ऑफ द डिशेज आर वेरी वीगन. मतलब अगर मॉडर्न टर्मिनोलॉजी में बोलना चाहे तो these are vegan food, completely
Okay.
vegan, gluten free. So we can try and alter that and use it in our menu. But one should try. As a
Okay.
Maharashtrian, one should try
Yes,
it
yes.
and
One
put it
to
in the
try,
menu.
yes. Okay, chef. So, two questions more because then we have a
Yeah,
section of Q&A also
almost.
because audiences are
Yeah.
waiting for their
Okay.
questions also. So, tell me, chef, that is there any possibility to have a cloud kitchen exclusive for different regions? So, sweets of Maharashtra under one roof because
Yeah.
I have not seen yet.
फॉर्चुनेटली क्या है ना, हमारे महाराष्ट्रियन फूड का जो टॉर्च बेयरिंग है ना वो पूना, नासिक, कोल्हापुर में इस तरह से संभाला गया है. ओके, लकीली आई कैन सी लॉट ऑफ पीपल सर्विंग वेरी डिलीशियस डेलिकेसीज रिलेटेड टू कोल्हापुर का अक्खा मसूर करके एक डिश है. और फॉर दैट मैटर पूरा पुणे में देर आर सो मेनी शॉप्स विच आर सर्विंग वेरी गुड महाराष्ट्रियन फूड. मोदक है, पुरणपोली है. हम लोग एक साटोरी करके बनाते हैं, साटोरिया. ये
Okay.
उसमें हम लोग खवा का जैसे बाकर खानी वगैरह है ना, तो वी एड दैट काइंड ऑफ फीलिंग इनटू इट एंड वी मेक साटोरिया. अमेजिंग डिश. अगेन ये सब है ना पूना वगैरह में इजीली मिल जाता है. बॉम्बे में क्या है, मराठी आदमी है ही नहीं अभी. सब मराठी आदमी इधर फैल गए या तो बाहर चले गए. और जो महाराष्ट्रियन है वो लोग को मालूम ही नहीं कि अपना कौन सा खाना है एग्जैक्टली तो उनको बस जो बेसिक लापा और
तो क्लाउड
घी
किचन
और
शेफ
वही
कितना, मतलब आपको लगता है कि ये सक्सेसफुल बिजनेस है, अगर इफ somebody
सक्सेसफुल अभी
wants to
लकीली
start?
लकीली मैंने क्या हुआ ना लॉकडाउन में बस ऑप्शन फॉर मी क्योंकि मुझे मतलब देयर वर नो प्रोजेक्ट्स और एनीथिंग आई वाज सिटिंग एट होम फॉर 4 मंथ्स उसके बाद फिर आई सेड दिस इज द अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड आई ओपनड वन स्मॉल एंड लकीली आई गॉट दिस एंड आई थॉट आई कुड हैव डन पैन एशियन फूड चाइनीज फूड कुछ भी कॉन्टिनेंटल फूड जो भी है मतलब अभी इतना सब साल के बाद अभी ये तो आता ही है पर आई सेड नो आई एक महाराष्ट्रियन आदमी अगर मैं मराठी एक हम लोग का एक सरनेम लिमय है ना तो हम लोग जैसे थोड़ा सा वो एक अपना एक वो है उसमें तो यार मैं अगर महाराष्ट्रियन खाना नहीं बनाऊंगा तो कौन बनाएगा खाना तो आई हैव
कौन
स्टार्टेड दिस
बनाएगा?
स्मॉल किचन रोली अन्नपूर्णा करके एंड वी आर डूइंग ओनली महाराष्ट्रियन फूड मतलब सॉरी मतलब किसी को ऑफिस नहीं है बट इफ समबडी सेज आई वांट इडली तो बोलता इडली नहीं है मेरे पास घावन है आपको घावन चाहिए क्या तो मैं उतना कॉन्फिडेंटली बोलता हूँ घावन वो क्या है तो देर आर पीपल लाइक तो बोलना पड़ता है ये डोसा ही है लेकिन फर्मेंटेड नहीं है राइस फ्लावर का है और वी हैव
So
पूरन
you
पोली
are
इन दैट
basically
तो
promoting Maharashtrian food from your cloud
I
kitchen.
said, yeah, I don't want to do anything else. I've done that enough. I've done all kinds of food in different restaurants. But now I want to do Maharashtrian food. And in Mumbai, there is no good. There is very few Maharashtrian restaurants. और वो भी है ना वो बेसिकली बेचारे छोटे छोटे रेस्टोरेंट्स ऐसा मतलब एक हमारा आंसर नहीं है पंजाब ग्रिल जैसा एक फैंसी रेस्टोरेंट फाइन डाइनिंग रेस्टोरेंट फर्जी कैफे टाइप जहाँ पे हम लोग अभी मोस्ट ऑफ दिस रेस्टोरेंट्स में कभी कभी वो महाराष्ट्रियन फूड आता है ऐसी महाराष्ट्रियन शेफ putting in panchamrut in it or adding some kind of delicacy in their menu but एक फुल फ्लेज महाराष्ट्र जहाँ पे एक हम लोग के इसमें ना पेशवाई लोगों के पेशवा के टाइम पे there was this huge influx of food and people started knowing about food a lot so हम लोग के इसमें the benchmark is चंदन का पाट उसके ऊपर चौरंग चंदन का फिर उसके ऊपर बहुत सारे फ्रूट्स का
अच्छा।
स्प्रेड चांदी का ताट ओके चांदी का ताट और ब्रास का पानी का कलशी मतलब वो एक हाइटेंड हो गया दिस
ट्रेडिशन।
इज लाइक द रिच लग्जरी पार्ट जो बोलते हैं तो वैसा रेस्टोरेंट महाराष्ट्र में नहीं है अनफॉर्चुनेटली इवन एमटीडीसी को बोलना चाहूंगा कि उनकी जो डेक्कन ओडिसी ट्रेन है उसमें तो एटलीस्ट ये करो मतलब लेट पीपल अंडरस्टैंड दैट दिस कैन बी डन
Yes.
सो
Hope our
उसमें अगर
tourism department is listening and definitely they'll implement.
So ये possible है and as I said when I entered into this Maharashtrian food का kitchen I realized that our food is difficult to make मतलब मेरे को अगर साबूदाना खिचड़ी बनाना है तो मुझे वो मैं उसमें शॉर्टकट नहीं अपने रीजनल फूड में ना यू कैन नॉट डू एनी
Correct,
काइंड ऑफ
correct.
शॉर्टकट मसाले भात
You
मसाला
cannot
गोड़ा
do
मसाला नहीं
shortcut in
रहे
the food, otherwise chef traditional भी जाता है और authentication भी जाता
चाइनीज वाइनीज में क्या है ना कुछ भी इधर उधर मिक्स करके लिटिल बोल रहा हूँ कि चाइनीज में कुछ भी इधर
है।
उधर मिक्स करके दे दो केक में तुम चॉकलेट
चल
डाल
जाता
दो
है।
बहुत सारा शुगर वो सब डाल दो लेकिन पूरन पोली में वो नहीं कर सकते हम लोग मोदक में वो फीलिंग अगर सॉगी हो गया तो तुम्हारा मोदक फट जाता है पूरा बाय द टाइम यू स्टीम इट सो
Correct.
there is no shortcut in it has to be learned the way it is so personally I will feel that first we as chefs have to learn the authentic recipe before trying to
Oh,
be progressive or trying to do some changes in it.
okay. So Shravri, can we take two, three questions for chef if the audience have? Because I know the time constraint is there, but we can take two, three questions.
What I think they've gone and gone.
So it's a very lovely session, chef. I have learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
I
I hope
think,
our audience
yeah,
has enjoyed it.
audience has enjoyed. Okay, so chef, your message to the audience for Maharashtrian sweets.
Maharashtrian sweets, what my message is enjoy करा आपले गोड आम्ही सगळे आपण सगळे गोडच लोक आहोत मराठी people are very sweet people and अतिथि देवो भव ये मतलब हम लोग के इसमें कि अगर कोई शादी पे जा रहा है तो शादी के कार्ड पे नीचे लिखा रहता है कि आपके घर की जो चूल है वो बंद करके एकदम निवास आ जाओ हमारे घर पे क्योंकि यहाँ पे सब होने वाला है आपकी
So,
खातिरदारी होने वाली तो
hmm.
it is up to us, Maharashtrians, if you are listening, that keep the flag high. And for non-Maharashtrians, those who are listening, please try different food. other than what you. So when there is this good mix of Maharashtrians eating different kinds of food from Tanjore, or different kinds of food from Kerala, Kerala is eating food from Bihar, Bihar is eating food from Gujarat, then that unity in diversity can be more acknowledged.
Okay. Thank you, Chef and audiences. Let's connect again on next Saturday at 4:30 p.m. with Chef Altamesh Patel on our Facebook pages of Better Kitchen Magazine and Maharashtra Tourism. Chef Altamesh will talk about the Khandeshi cuisine. So आज शेफ नीलेश से हमने बहुत सारी बातें करी हैं, बहुत सारी स्वीट्स भी सीखी हैं. So and please do try his different cuisine what he has started on Maharashtra Thali and Maharashtra delicacies. Do check on that list. So thank you very much, audiences. Thank you Maharashtra Tourism for supporting and be with us in every way. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Chef, for being here. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ekta. Thank you, Ekta. Thank you.